Rivers of Confluence's The Hunt is a gruesome, bloody, grim, dark podcast. Content warnings can be found in the episode description. Welcome to The Hunt, Rivers of Confluence's first interlude season separating seasons 1 and 2. This time, we step into the setting of historical dark fantasy. My name is Jay Keller, and let the hunt begin. A little over a year after the harrowing murders of Jack the Ripper, Whitechapel remains a decrepit stain over the city of London. Crime remains high, and danger ever present. The Constellary rarely ventures into Whitechapel unless it's to investigate yet another murder. Despite this, it continues to be a bustling, ever-moving part of London. Imports and exports flow through the London docks, and smokestacks from factories reach up like fingers to the sky. The sounds of horse-drawn carriages fill the streets, and between the smoke in the air, the mud-shit mixture in the streets, any cleanliness that you hope to maintain is quickly covered by the grime of the city. The carriage jostles you as you mentally prepare yourself, the letter you received a month ago replaying in your head. December 28th, 1889. Dear Fortunate Hunter, I write to you with a grave opportunity. Vermin have infiltrated the crown jewel of the British Empire. London stands on an invisible precipice, my friends, and it is our duty to see the Queen's empire endure. The Rat King, Lord of all vermin in the city, is making moves in the dark alleys, in the sinful brothels, and the overindulgent pubs that occupy the common man's nights. You may notice that there's no flyer dispatched with this missive, that it is due to the unknown appearance of this peculiar rodent. As exterminators employed by the Vocator Mortus, we request that you give this rat the good old batty fang. We have good information that your target will be attending a party at the Brewer's Take in Whitechapel on the eve of the next full moon. But be warned, Fortunate Hunter, this is no ordinary rat. This rat has used the inactivity of the devil-born Dracula to seek their own domain. Additionally, we believe this rat is not the only one prowling the streets of Whitechapel. The rat must be either very powerful or ancient, even both, to avoid our attention for this long. And make no mistake, if allowed, the rat will continue to gnaw at the soul of London, and they will undoubtedly grow to surpass the dreaded Dracula. For these reasons, you are not the sole hunter after this prey. Unlike prior exterminations, we have dispatched identical missives to similarly fortunate hunters. You are to work with your group to eliminate the target. Your group is in charge of identification. Identify the Rat King and indicate them to the extermination crew for cleanup. You will be attending the gathering at the Brewer's Take, so your equipment will be held and ready for recovery for you in a getaway carriage so as not to alert any security you encounter. We have little to identify the target, save the given name, Hyde. May the Lord serve as your protector, the Watcher of the Vocator Mortus. You open your eyes as the carriage jostles you once again, interrupting your thoughts. You look around at the other inhabitants of the carriage, and you find you're a strange group. But being a hunter of the Vocator Mortus, being strange is probably the most normal thing you could be in this line of work. The others start to stir, anticipation creeping in now that the sun is set. There's a little squeak and scampering as a rat makes their way up a leg off of one of the members in your carriage. The rat and points its tiny little mouse or rat nose up at the caretaker, who is...
You see this ragged clothing full of scrapes and bruises and tears in all of her clothing. Young, a little older, but a young adult, with a mess of a brown rat's nest of hair. You might, if you look close enough, see a little bit of rat droppings wherever she stays. She's wearing pants, which is pretty wild. And if you look close enough into her hair, you'll see more and more eyes peering back at you. Little beady eyes
A
staring at
literal
you.
rat's nest, if you
A
will.
literal rat's nest. As you see Mable, Squeaky Mable, they call her.
And across the carriage, with a feline staring intensely at Mable, is another woman.
Looking across the carriage, you see Efrosinya, but her friends call her Frosa. She's looks like a young adult if you look at, the shape of her body and her face, but she looks very weathered and older than she should. Her hair is very gray. You can see where it used to be brown, but mostly now it's gray and the tips are going white. And she looks very thin, very sunken in, like she could blow over in the wind. But she looks ethereally beautiful. Very sickly beautiful charm.
It's the sickly beautiful that they so sought after in the Victorian era.
Yeah, that's exactly. She looks like she could die any second, but you'd be like, oh, a beauty, gone too soon. If you look at her clothes, it looks like she's wearing pieces of men's clothing that she has stolen. So she has like a jacket on that's just been like tied on at the waist with various pieces of scrap fabric, and she has pants on, which are torn and baggy, but she also has like weird adornments everywhere, like little pieces of lace fabric and little pieces of fancier clothes that it looks like she's just sort of attached around herself to embellish her look. And on her lap is a fat black cat with scruffy fur and beady yellow eyes that are staring straight at the rats, but also seem to be weirdly cognizant of the carriage around them. And Efrosinya is stroking the cat's fur absent-mindedly as she looks around the carriage.
And next to Efrosinya sits a older man who is currently filling the cabin of the carriage with a pungent odor. And you all look to see that he seems to be messing with some sort of incense.
You see, Fratello Lorenzo Innocenti. He is a Franciscan friar from Italy. He is a 50-year-old man. Very, very, very thin, but also kind of very handsome and ripped. You can tell he is muscular, but he is balding, pretty much no hair on top, but there's a little bit in the black, and it's black and it's starting to become gray, and his beard is black and it's graying. And though he is a friar, he is not wearing his religious black robe. He is wearing because this is a covert mission, he's wearing street British clothes. He's wearing black pants and a black kind of work jacket with a white shirt, but very poor looking, but kind of stylish, alright? And he's just there lighting his incense, and just blessing the carriage before they go on to this mission.
And lastly in the carriage, as a somewhat silent man, kind of sitting slightly separately from the rest of the group, as much as he can, is our final hunter.
Right, well, you are now face to face with Bernard Malloy, but you might know him as the Tanner. Before you see a strange looking bloke. He's got old blacks and browns on him. He's got old leather as well, just full leather clothing, right? He's got black long trench coat, he's got the gloves, he's got the boots, the whole 9 yards, right? And then he's also, strangely enough, got a pilgrim hat on, also leather, right? There's buckles and belts everywhere, you get the gist. But the strangest thing about this bloke's appearance, he's got a sort of cloth mask on, right? It's like a veil almost, right? But it's got a sort of embedded skull shape in the face of it, right? But it's covering his eyes, it's covering his nose, it's covering his mouth, covering his neck. But, and you move a little further down, and you notice, hang on, this widow's got his chest fully open, right? He's just got full man cleavage. He's fully protecting his face, but he's just got full chest out, right? So, it's a little strange, but clearly he likes to show something a little off, right?
Is it a forest or is it clear cut?
Oh, it's clear.
It's clear. You can see a reflection in that chest. Thankfully, the journey from the Vocator Mortus safe house to the Brewer's Take isn't a long one, since they're both in the same neighborhood of Whitechapel. But unfortunately, it means that it doesn't give you too much time to plan for the night's events.
Excuse me, sir. Could you please stop blessing the carriage? The incense giving me headache. It's not very considerate. Begimo doesn't like it either.
Oh, I'm very, very sorry. I'm just trying to make sure we are on the right foot on this mission. God will help us defeat these despicable monsters.
Oui, I mean, I do very much appreciate... I'm so sorry.
What did you
By
say?
the way, I'm French.
You appreciate-
I'm French. I very much...
Wait, you have to... Do you have to go party?
No, it's me saying yes. I do very much appreciate it because I'm a little concerned that I will not get in the front door because I know I hide it very well, but I do, I have a lot of rats. So I hope they will let me and my rat in. Do you guys know if that will be a problem?
You have a rat? Well, this is a perfect. In the letter, it says we are looking for the Rat King. And he's like saying like, that way that like sometimes like priests and like clergy people are like trying to like be like, like kind of joking a little bit like, oh, then we are in good hands because you'll know a thing or two about the rats. And he like kind of slaps his knee and like giggles to himself.
Oh, this is the rat we are killing? Efrosinya pulls out dagger. Should we? So hold on. I may like rats, but if you mess with them, you might end up on my stick, so leave me alone. And if not,
End up on his stick.
you'll also
mia.
see a little cage on a stick that Mable carries around. And if you mess with me, I would love to mess back. You have a beautiful little cat that I would love to mess with. But anyway, I do think that we are almost arriving. So do you guys think it would be a problem with the way that I look? Is this a high class establishment? Why are you mad at me? The letter says kill rat. He said you have rat. Why?
My darling, I'm so sorry. I was making a joke. She has a pet rat. We are looking for a rat king. And as you know, we are vampire hunters. So we are looking for a vampire. So we don't want to kill rat, but maybe a bat. Bless your heart.
No, do not bless my heart.
There's a knocking at the top of the carriage. All right, time's up. We're here.
What, we were having a conversation, becoming a friends.
Yeah, we didn't even speak to the Tanner.
The Tanner's just immediately gonna get up and start heading out the door. He's gonna, before heading out, look back at everyone else. He's gonna say, right, I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I'm a bit embarrassed to be a part of this crew, right? We were sent here just to scout, right? We're just looking, right? So, if we could just get this over with, can we be on our way?
Yes, but if we all get together, I can use my rat friends to go ahead and find the Rat King before we leave. If we would all like me to take a look at where the Hyde is.
Sure, whatever.
Yes, well I think. Oh, what was that? Aha.
Excuse. No one is. What are you laughing at? I like a joke. Tell me the joke.
It's nasty. It's Beggy Moss said that you sir have chest like lady. Beggy Moss said
Who is
no
that?
hair. Beggy Moss. Beggy, you heard, yes?
They put me in a wagon full of crazies.
You heard, yes? He said the joke. You heard the joke?
Who is a big more?
Is this Beggy Moss? She holds up her cat. You know, like when you hold cats up, I like just their two front arms. Beggy Moss.
Oh, the cat speak to you.
He speak generally. I don't know. He's very funny, very good comedian. He's very funny. He sings, but sometimes he's very mean. He can be very mean. This cat.
What? My child, what does the cat tell you to do? Does it tell you things?
I don't want to discuss it any further.
Does he tell you we should get a move on, right? And Tanner's gonna start, like, mumbling to himself, standing in the doorway, and he's gonna start, like, hitting himself in the head, too, while he's mumbling.
Well, I will say, since you've opened the door, the rest of you, since kind of Tanner's standing in the doorway, can see behind him is your carriage driver, a short, stout man in a bowler hat, who's just kind of like looking into the carriage with like wide eyes. Goes, I think I'm supposed to drop you off now.
Yes. I'm going to pick up my favorite rat, and I'm going to hold the rat in front of my face, and I'm going to look into the rat's eyes very intensely, and I'm going to cast Locate Creature with my flavor. It is that I am looking through my rat at other rats in London, because London has lots of rats.
All right, and so what does Locate Creature do?
Describe a name or creature that is familiar to you. Hyde. You sense the direction of the creature's location if the creature is within 1,000 feet of you. If the creature is moving, you know the direction of its movement.
And there's no saves or anything?
Concentration up to an hour, no.
From your spot in the carriage, you can see a kind of... You don't really like... It's not like a light, but you get a vibe that there are rats that want you to go in this direction, and it's from the direction that is coming from. You can tell that it is into the brewer's take and up a little bit.
Yes. We should go this way. I believe let's go in and let's see the party.
Fratello Lorenzo is gonna like look at the carriage driver and be like, I'm so sorry, we are going on the way. My friend says we are going, but I was just making conversation with this wonderful girl talking about her cat. And he's gonna like kind of look at the cat and like the smile goes off of his face and it gets like really like intense, getting the vibe that he thinks this cat is like the devil.
The cat does not react, but Efrosinya hisses at you.
Oh my. Well, okay, I guess we'll go.
Wait, but before you leave, I think you're supposed to leave your stuff with me, and then I'm gonna just take the carriage a little bit further down the street and park it in the alley.
We can't bring this in.
No. You read the letter, right? You're not the kill squad. You're the find the vamp squad. And so you got to sneak into the building, and you'll get caught with that big stick you got there.
But sir, when I see one of those disgraces of the Lord, those damned sons of bitches, I have to kill them when I see them.
Finally, someone who's speaking my mind.
Wait, are you saying I have to leave Beggy Mo in the carriage?
All I'm saying is, I'm just the driver. I'm not trying to tell you anything, but the Watcher told you to try to be a little sneaky about it.
But we are never meant to be apart.
Are you saying that your cat is your weapon?
Well, my cat is part of me. He gives me power. I have nothing without him.
She must swing him pretty hard.
It is okay, everyone. We may not have our weapons, but what we must remember is we have the Lord on our side, my brother and sisters. So, let us find this Hyde, and so these vampires can be damned to hell. Amen.
Stop talking about the Lord. What has he ever done for me? Nothing. So move on about it. Already.
Hey, Churchy, how many vampires you killed?
How many vampires I kill? Well, I've only been doing this for about a year, so I would say about 45.
That's a good number, right. You know, those numbers, those speak more than the words in all of the Bible, right?
Well, I don't know about that. That it's a...
I don't know.
very funny, but I don't
that's
know.
Pretty good. Well, I'm just saying 45, that's a pretty good number. And Tanner's gonna wrap his arm around.
Well, there is a lot of numbers in the Bible. Oh, okay.
I'm starting to like you. You know, I don't usually relate that much to church people, but I'm starting to like you.
What are we all standing around wasting time for? It's time to complete the mission. And Efrosinya literally starts to float out of the carriage. Because I can cast levitate at will. I can cast levitate at will with no spell slot. So
Very covert. You see Fratello Lorenzo like grab it like his crucifix under his shirt, and he's like, "Oh my, it must be the cat."
she floats out of the carriage, and when she's out of the carriage, lowers to the ground. And as soon as she hits the ground, it's like you think she might buckle under the weight of her own body. She's like maybe the weakest girl you've ever seen in your life. But she suddenly got a very serious demeanor. You're getting the sense she might not be all there.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and look for this bloke.
As we walk, I would like to pull Efrosinya aside and just quickly say, cats can speak, dogs can also speak, rats can speak to you. You're not crazy, Friar crazy.
Dach, I know I'm not crazy. Beggy mo tell me not crazy. Every friar and man of the church is crazy.
Sometimes they know what they're talking about, but that is neither here nor there.
They never know what they're talking about, never. Thank you for the conversation. I really like to bond as the girls. I think it's good for us.
Girls, women very intense, very, very fun.
Feminism.
Walk inside.
Yes, so as you go inside, the smell of pipe tobacco and cheap whiskey fills your lungs as you enter the bar. Tables and booths litter the space around you along the left wall, and to your right, the bartender pours pints, shots, and whiskey in neat glasses. The call of music from across the room kind of entices you closer, but it is slightly muffled by a pair of double doors flanked by suited goons. Twins, by the looks of it. As you watch, they seem to be letting people in as they approach, closing the door each time, but it doesn't appear like invitations are needed here. However, you do see that the two goons pat each guest down before they enter. Around you, there's different shouts from the patrons of the bar, each either in conversation or attempting to get more drinks from the bar.
Where is my rats telling me to go?
The kind of rat vibe that you're getting from your rat crew is further into the building and still kind of up above you.
I have left all rats besides one rat who is hiding in my hair in the carriage.
I left Beggy Mo behind as well. We had a short talk about it, and he said he wanted to relax and that I should handle this one on my own. I said, "Are you sure?" And he said, "Yes, I'm very sure. I believe in you." So, he's in the carriage, but I miss him dearly.
Everyone roll a perception check.
A 2.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, yes, not 20.
I rolled a mod 20.
Bernard, you enter the brewer's take, and immediately two men who you can already tell are just shit-faced drunk start brawling each other, and they splash one of their drinks straight into your face. And so you're like wiping the alcohol from your face.
Wringing it from my mask.
Yeah, from the mask. Lorenzo, you notice that pretty much every single person in this bar has a drink in their hands, if not one like on deck next to them. And with the natural 20, Efrosinya, you notice that the people at the bar receiving drinks don't seem to be giving anything or paying for them. It seems like they're just handing out liquor here.
Well, good news. I think the drinks are free, so if anybody's thirsty, you can get whatever you want. Bad news,
Yeah, no shit, they're free. They just spilled them on my face.
Bad news, nothing is really free in this world, so maybe poison. But if you're looking for escape from life, then this could be good gamble for you.
Well, no. I would not advise trying to escape your life. Efrosinya, let's not say that. But I think, in my opinion, we want to blend in with everyone. So we do mission, get a drink, act drunk, have fun. So we blend in. And Lorenzo's gonna walk up to the bar and go, "Oi, bloke, give me a drink, mate."
Beer or whiskey?
I don't care, bruv. Just give me whatever. Me want to get shit-faced, mate.
The bartender behind the bar kind of gives you an odd glance, and then gets like a neat glass and just pours like a double whiskey and puts it in the bar in front of you. Goes, don't worry, drink's covered.
Oh, thank you, brav. Me appreciate. You guys throw good party. Way better than parties back home in Birmingham.
Birmingham?
Yes.
You a Birmingham bloke?
Well, that is where I was born, but I wouldn't say I am a Birmingham bloke. I am like you.
Make a persuasion check real quick.
I am like you.
That's gonna be a 14.
He studies you for a second, and he like narrows his eyes at you. He kind of leans in closer to you from across the bar, and he raises his hand and like puts it on the back of your neck. Good to know you're one of us.
Yes.
You almost had me there for a second with that accent of yours. You had me worried.
I like to be tricky. Yes.
Yeah. We would have had to fucking kill you.
You have to kill me. Okay, 1 second.
No, we woulda.
Don't I know
We
it?
woulda. You had me
Don't
worried.
I know it, buddy. Wait, let me bring my friends. They're also from well, they all were born. They're my family. But you know, we are a pod from Birmingham. Come on.
Talking about killing over here.
We were. They were saying they would have to kill me. And I was like, mate, I am one of you.
Drink.
Well, yeah. Ain't we all?
Drink.
Listen, as long as you're part of the family,
Give me drink. It's bar, yes?
what you want?
Vodka.
No vodka, only true whiskey.
Give me whiskey then. If I ask.
He takes another neat glass, pours a double for you. He goes, it's a lot better than vodka anyway. This here, true Irish whiskey.
Let me get some whiskey the family way, right? The family way.
Oh, the family way.
The family way.
The family way. Get a load of this bloke right here. He takes a bottle and puts it on the counter.
Efrosinya picks up her glass and says, here's hoping it's poison, and drinks it. Can we share, or should I get my own? I say to the Tana.
Well, you're part of the family, ain't you?
Yeah,
Go
part of the
ahead.
family. He
Part
puts
of the
another
family.
bottle onto the counter.
Oh, Mabel's eyes are ginormous. Okay, I have some.
Don't worry, your little friends can have some too.
I do not know what you're talking about.
Before you take your drinks and leave, I got a bit of advice for you. Mind the accents. This here, this pub's not too friendly to people outside the family.
But take a look at our bartender, and I'm gonna go, oi.
Or yourself.
As in yes, oi.
Oi.
And he just kind of shrugs and pays you no more mind as he starts serving some of the other patrons in the bar.
You lot need to stop talking right now.
I was blending in. Didn't I sound like I was from Birmingham?
Looks like it was not poison.
With your nat 20, Efrosinya, I'd say that you would also notice kind of what he meant about the accents, because everyone in this pub is speaking with a heavy Irish accent.
Mable is going to start downing shots and saying, if I drink enough whiskey, maybe then I will sound Irish. Okay. And just keeps drinking more and more.
You know, that's not a bad theory.
Yes, I am an Irish man.
So since you were drinking multiple drinks, can you roll a constitution check for me?
Oi.
My God.
10?
So you do get 5 temporary hit points. As you get a little bit of liquid courage, you start feeling a little bit better. You start to feel a little bit more unstoppable. And I'll give you a temporary +1 to charisma checks. as you start to loosen up a little bit.
I'm feeling like we should go and we should talk to some more people and we should have so much fun. And I say, oh yeah, Irish, oi.
Tanner is going to take a big swig of his bottle, and he's gonna slam it back on the bar, and he's gonna go,
All right. Well, if they're all family here, that means Hyde is a part of the family, right? So I think instead of looking for them, we just got to kill all of them, right?
Oh, but what if we say, I would like to join the family?
What?
You want to be one of them?
My child.
No, I'm gonna get really quiet. I'm gonna go, no, I do not want to join the family, but I think that I could get them to believe it, and then they could show me who Hyde is.
And where he's hiding.
Oh, the Hyde is hiding. You're a very funny rat girl. But I do believe you. You do sound a little Irish when you're drunk. So, Efrosinya, you don't seem like you like the plan.
I just wish Begimov was here, cause he does the best Irish accent. It would be so easy.
Oh, there we go, talking about the cat. Well, I think the vampires would be aware of us if they saw the talking cat.
No, they like him. They like him. Everybody likes him. He's a family guy.
Why would you have something that vampires like then, eh? What's that about?
Everybody likes him. It's not my fault. He's likable guy. Mr. Congeniality over here is good, bad. He's got some type of allure. I don't know. I could never be so alluring.
I understand.
Mabel understands.
Excuse me, I'm forgetting your name, Mr. Chestman.
You can just call me the Tanner.
The Tanner, come over here.
Yeah, what's up, Churchy?
He's like gonna kind of like smile at the girls, and then he's gonna like turn and whisper into the Tanner's ear and get really serious.
What's up?
I do believe this cat might be the devil incarnate. So, when the time comes, I need you to help me hold her down. We banish that cat to hell, and we exorcise this poor girl. And afterwards, we kill vampires.
Oh, well, I'm only here to kill vampires. Let's get this straight, right? I'm not too sure about devils and all that, but I can trust your instincts, right? Being a man of God and all that. But I'm strictly here to kill vampires, right? First and foremost, we do that. And afterwards, if we want to put the cat down, we can do that. We can say goodbye to Whiskers.
Whisker, go bye-bye. And yes, you can trust me. And as he says you can trust me, he's gonna pretend to drink his whiskey, but he's like pouring it down like his shirt.
The front?
And it goes down, because he's not getting drunk. And it like, but the way that it goes down, it like goes down into his pants. So it looks like he pissed himself. And he's like, oh, I'm a drunk family member. I'm so embarrassed.
You seem to dribble there a little bit.
Oh, I'm a dribbling. And as he's like bent over, trying to cover his whiskey, aka pee pants, he's going to go into prayer and use his divine sense to know any of the location, if there's any, how many vampires there are in the room. Which could be all. You know, he wants to know if it's all vampires or if there's some regular humans as well.
Tanner, seeing that he's going into prayer, is gonna try and like cover him as well. Like, I know you bloke's mine. He's just a little drunk.
So you use Divine Sense, which is you can tell the location of any undead within 60 feet of you, which would essentially encompass this room. And so you can tell the bartender that you spoke with before is a vampire. The two twins guarding the door are vampires. And amongst the crowd of people in the bar area, there's probably like maybe 20 to 30 people in the bar. 4 of them are vampires as well.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a drunk. And he's going to grab onto Mable, Efrosinya, and the Tanner and be like, oh, okay. So I've just talked to the Lord. And the Lord told me.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Efrosinya takes a step back.
Sorry, fine.
What's the word?
The bartender, vampire. The 2 twins, vampires. And those 4, vampires.
Do you point to them?
I'm like kind of nodding with like my head, with my, nose.
Roll a stealth check real quick.
As soon as Efrosinya said don't touch me, she just started absentmindedly wandering around the bar.
Right, at this point, she's not even part of the team.
What'd you get?
It's just 11.
So you're fine most of the time that you're kind of indicating these vampires out in the crowd, but towards the end, like the second to last vampire that you indicate, one of the people kind of sitting down at one of the tables locks eyes with you, and they kind of squint at you for a second, and they start to slowly like get up from their table and start moving towards you.
And I go, oh, brother! Oh, brother's coming over here. Okay, guys, the vampire is coming towards us. We can get some good information, and maybe we'll kill him later. I don't know. But remember, we are drunk Irish vampires.
Do I fucking know you?
You
Oh, no. Yeah.
you don't know me. You don't know me.
Sorry,
But I would like to know you.
I wasn't talking to you, miss. I was talking to your lingering-eyed friend there.
I can say, sir, you're one of my brothers. And yes, we would like to get to know you.
I don't know you, and I don't like the way that you're looking at me. You got something you want to tell me?
Well, how would you like me to look at you? And he the priest awkwardly just raises his eyebrows.
Kind of leans in closer to you and goes, without eyes.
That is very dirty. Sorry, brother. He's just trying to make friends.
You hear a thump in the background. Efrosinya has tripped and fallen.
The vampire kind of looks over his shoulder and smirks a little bit and goes, if I see you looking at me like that again, I might need to toss you out of here.
Okay, sorry.
Mind yourself. And he starts to slowly walk back to his table.
If I had my weapons, that bloke would be gone. He was one of the buggers?
Yes, he was one of the buggers. He was very mean to me, but it makes sense because he's a damned person. Evil spawn of Satan.
Very sick, very sick.
Very sick. And I thought he would have liked it when I was being flirtatious. You know, these vampires.
I tried as well. He did not like my flirtatiousness either, which I find absolutely ridiculous because look at me, I'm super drunk.
You were flirting?
Am I a friend?
Oh,
What?
she is a very drunk. Darling, why don't you know where Hyde is? Maybe you just sit there quietly and try to help us find our friend.
She sounded real Irish now.
Yes, the Irish accent is impeccable. It's amazing what whiskey can do.
Everybody be careful. The floor is very uneven in this building.
I was just about to point out none of us checked up on you.
I will also say the floor is uneven, but it's also very sticky.
Efrosinya is like trying to wipe her hand. She's like, ugh, be careful. I learned something. The floor is uneven and is very sticky. I don't know. Anyway, where are we going?
And is Efrosinya still kind of by herself?
Yeah, she's kind of off to the side. She's close enough that she was talking to them, but she kind of like did a drive-by and she's continued to wander absent-mindedly around the bar. She's like touching people as she walks by, like, oh, hello. Oh, hello, nice. Hair, soft.
As you're walking around the bar room, you feel a tap on your shoulder and you turn around to see one of the twins that was previously at the doors. And he goes, might I say that you're looking very sickly this evening?
Oh, thank you. I think I hit my head because I see two of you and that's not possible, so...
Oh, him, that's my brother, but I just wanted to say we don't get too many sickly looking people like yourself coming through here.
Brother, you have family?
Yes, that's my brother by blood. The rest of them, they're all family by creed, I guess.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. You have such a large family. Never let them go. Never. I guess you could let one go because you heard same guy twice, so. But the rest, never.
If you want, I can inquire about adding you to our family.
Ugh. I can never have family again, now that I have Beggy Mo.
I don't know who that is, but...
Oh, you would love him. Everybody loves Beggy Mo. I wish he was here now.
Well, in his absence, maybe we can help. You say that you are without family,
Yes.
but we can welcome you with the open arms.
That would be nice. To know a little bit more about the offer first. Beggy Mo always says to read the terms before making agreement, so...
Smart and sickly. You are a real catch.
I did not catch anything, I just fell.
Unfortunately, I do not have the answers for you. I could show you to who does have the answers.
Oh, that would be nice. I'm always looking for answers, so this could be good. Just think I could bring my friends. I have these people with me.
He looks over your shoulder to the friends that you're indicating, and he goes, "You came in with them."
They're certainly not family, but they are the people I'm traveling with right now. So they should come because Begimo says I should not travel alone. And I like to do what Begimo says.
You have to understand that that's a lot of people to try to introduce into a family at once.
They don't have to be part of the family. They could just come and watch.
Good, then you can come with me then, if you're interested.
Yeah, but they have to come watch because Begimo told me not to be alone. I cannot disobey Begimo because he's the only family I have right now. So if I'm going to have new family, can't start by making old family angry. So they have to come with me on some level. At least one of them. I can't be alone.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't know if this is relevant in this situation, but I do want to point out that as part of my background, I have a feature called Heart of Darkness, which means that commoners, which I guess this might not be commoners, but generally people fear me, but will extend every courtesy and do their utmost to help me. Unless I have proven myself a danger to them, they will even take up arms should I find myself facing an enemy alone.
From what you can tell, it's this is a common man, cut from the same cloth. And so, while he might not raise arms with you, he seems to generally regard you as, kind of the same class as him.
Like, would that constitute advantage because they're predisposed to help me?
I guess so.
Yes!
You're also sickly.
16.
He nods a bit and goes, "They can all come into the dance, but you can only bring one to see the father."
All right, well, I'll go get them and bring them over to the dance, and then me and my new girlfriend will go to the other part for only one person.
Suit yourself. And he kind of lets you do your own thing for a second.
Efrosinya wanders back to the group. She says,
Okay, everybody follow me. We're going to follow this nice man twice to the other room, and he's going to bring us to be part of the family, which I cannot be part of the family because I can never have family again except for Begimo. But if you would like to be part of the family, I think maybe you could swing that, but only Mable can come with me to speak to the boss.
Speak to the boss.
Wait,
Yes, to be part of the family.
fuck, I'm so drunk. Okay, let's go.
Wait.
I don't know if that's the best idea.
We know he's here, so maybe we can just leave and let them know he's here.
We don't know where he is, we don't know what he looks like, and besides, I'm making friends and it would be rude to leave unannounced because they invited us into the dance. So, we should go and say hello and just entertain invitation because that is the polite thing to do when you receive invitations. So let's all go now!
Efrosinya walks away.
I actually agree with the crazy cat lady, but maybe me and the friar can sneak around back and maybe get a good killing blow at the bloke. Maybe, right? We can do that, right?
Maybe it is a bonus point for killing him as well. We find him, then we kill him.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't sent here to do it.
But it's better for the people they're sending to kill them, and I've killed many people. Like kind of looking around to make sure no one overhears, so I can do it again.
I believe
hello?
it's the best that I kill him.
Friends!
Right, not the other team.
Friends, hello!
What?
Yes.
We have to go!
Okay, we'll go.
Right, we'll just get a good look at him then.
You all approach the double doors at the end of the room, and as you approach, the twin that Efrosinya wasn't talking to starts to approach you guys to pat you down, but the twin that she was talking to kind of puts a hand out and goes, "They're actually with me." And he opens the door, and immediately as the door opens, music swells as you step inside. Violins, accordions, pipes, and drums score a merry jig as couples fly around the dance hall. There's another bar in this room serving those who need a break from dancing, as well as smaller tables walls kind of surrounding the perimeter of the hall. Band plays on a raised stage at the far end, and above there's a viewing gallery overlooking the dance floor on the second floor. And on the, towards the ceiling, above you is a grand skylight where the moon and stars hide behind billows of smoke from the industry of London. And looking at the skylight, you know that if the extermination team is keeping tabs on the crowd, that's most likely where they'll be. And so you look around the sea of bodies, most sweeping around the room in time with the music, and there must be several hundred people here. Time to go to work. And so the twin that kind of brought you guys in turns around at this point and goes, all right then, sickly one, and she wanted the other woman.
Hello, yeah.
Okay, you two can come with me, and you two monstrosities, you enjoy the party.
Monstrosity? What was that about? They didn't need to add that in there.
Well, we will enjoy the party.
Yeah, you and I, Churchy.
And so you two see as the twin that walked in with you guys escorts the two women towards a staircase on the left side of the room from where you came in, up the stairs and out of sight. You assume that they are headed towards the balcony. What are you two doing?
Right, so you think you can tell how many vampires are in this room right now?
Well, I could speak to the father, but I also have another plan. I'm thinking we tell the bartender that there is a delivery and he needs to go outside to pick it up. I go behind the bar and he kind of peeks out his his little flask. I put holy water in this. I put it in every whiskey bottle and the vampires drink it. Bad time for them.
You've had holy water on you this whole time?
Of course, I am a man of the cloth, so I always have that thing on me.
You men of the cloth. I've had my doubts about you, but you are really, really something else, right? All right. Yeah, let's distract him. Let's get that holy water going.
Brother barkeeper.
Who we call him brother? And approaching the bar, you see a woman behind the bar slinging glasses of whiskeys across the table.
I meant it metaphorically. The big man has delivery coming outside. He tell me to tell you. It is out there. You need to get.
Roll persuasion. Deception.
11.
I've been slinging shots long enough that I can tell a liar when I can see one. And I don't mean that metaphorically. Now, do you want a drink or do you want to get?
Tanner's gonna run up behind him. And he's gonna go, someone's, we need to hurry. Someone's stealing the delivery.
Roll persuasion. Roll deception.
Yes, I was not lying to you. I'm just really drunk, so me not speaking well.
That one.
What, bro? I felt like I said something to help.
Those are my
New
only
dice.
two
New dice.
dice roll for this whole campaign so far.
She studies you for a second and goes, I think we weren't expecting a delivery. A small thing like me, she can't handle bringing all the kegs in by myself. Why don't you two strappy men come help?
Well, I think you and I can handle it by ourselves. We don't need to put that pressure on this older folk, right?
More
you need to
hands equal
respect
less
your
work,
elders.
I always say.
Fratello Lorenzo is just gonna stumble and hit his head on the bar and go, oh, I'm so drunk.
Right, he's old, he's drunk, he's balding, right? You need to lay off him, right?
That is why I drink. I miss my hair.
She slowly walks around the bar and approaches Lorenzo and grabs him by the scruff of his collar and brings you really close to her face. And she kind of sniffs right in front of your face. And she goes, "You're stone cold sober. You smell like liquor, yes, but I can tell a drunk Irishman when I can see one. And I can smell on your breath. You ain't even had a drop. Now, you're going to help me with this delivery."
You know what? I will not drop. you will drop nel nome del Padre, del Figlio, e del Santo Spirit. And I'm gonna pray and command her to drop. You need to beat a 17.
I rolled an 18 plus 2. And so you start to pray at her. Your prayers don't work here. Now you two are going to come with me, or this will be the last night that anyone ever sees the two of you alive. And so we are going to cut to the girls. And so Efrosinya and Squeaky Mable are following this twin up a flight of stairs, and you can tell by like the carpeting, the wood, the walls, and the paint on the walls that this is very evidently a older building that was recently renovated. It's made up to look nice, but looking closely at it, like you can start to see that like there's a facade kind of going on. And so you are led to the second floor, and so you emerge out of the staircase into like the viewing gallery of the second floor. Essentially, it's like a long oval with the open oval looking down onto the dance floor, and there's like a bunch of chairs up here with cushions, and you don't see like a whole lot of people up here. You just see 4. On the other end of the viewing area where the twin is leading you, you see 2 adults kind of like standing behind a figure, one figure kind of off to the side by a table who you assume to be is like a server, and sitting down you can see a broken man in fancy clothes. Mable, your rat vibe screams at you that this man, the one sitting, is the one that you are looking for. And so you see the man in a tailored kind of black suit with crimson designs sewn into the fabric. He's kind of like leaning forward as he sits over a cane that he's holding with like these kind of crooked, mangled fingers. And the cane, you can tell almost immediately, is not just an aesthetic, it is to help him walk, because his right leg, even when sitting, is twisted and warped. He's got slicked back hair and a prominent burn scar on his left cheek, and a pointed beard that hides half of a Glasgow smile. Like this deep scar starting like at the edge of the mouth and kind of curling up towards the cheekbones. And as soon as you get to the second floor, his eyes catch yours, and he looks at you both. And as you get closer, he casually waves one hand over his shoulder, dismissing the 2 adults that were behind him, and he nods to the one off to the side, who starts immediately pouring 3 drinks. And the twin that was escorting you turns to Efrosinya and goes, "Speak kindly, it's the father. If you want to be part of the family, you'll want him on your side." And with that, he leaves back towards the stairs.
Spasiba.
Once the servant pours the drinks, they also leave, leaving you 2 alone with the father. So as you 2 stand there, now alone with the father on this second floor balcony, he like motions you further to come closer, and he goes, "Come on, don't be shy."
They say that you're the father for all these people? You're the daddy for all these peeps? Did you birth them?
Oh, that's very nice. They all have papa.
I didn't choose the name. It's the name they call me.
Yeah, well, that's what children call their fathers.
Biological. Are you biological?
I am biological, yes. If you're speaking of the folks down there, and he tilts his head towards the open floor, no, they are not my biological family, but I do consider them blood.
I understand. Sometimes the family we love is not the family we have. Me and Begemo are not related by blood, but we are very much a family.
She gets it. Now,
You gotta meet this cat one of these days, fodder.
come, sit with me. Have a drink.
I already got a fucking bottle.
Roll a wisdom saving throw. Efrosinya, do so as well.
I got a 24.
I got 9.
Efrosinya, you feel like you have to sit with this man and have a drink.
Oh, all right, very good. Standing is hard, so I will sit, yeah.
As Efrosinya sits, he turns to Mable and goes, "Are you just gonna stand there?"
Well, I like to stand. I got pants. Yeah, Efrosinya, you like to stand too. You've got pants.
Mabel's very rude to stand when a guest invites you to sit in their home.
Precisely.
It's not proper.
It's rude.
You know, it's also a bit rude when... Why is this such a big deal?
He leans in closer and goes, if you didn't want to have a conversation with me, why'd you come up here?
I want to have a conversation. I just like to...
Then sit down.
I know. You know, it really doesn't make someone feel super exciting to sit down when you're saying sit down like that.
Well, Mabel is quite rude, but I think we can make up with for gift. I didn't usually bring food for housewarming. I could bring, the gift of son. I will do son, yes? Hello!
Yes.
Thank you!
This is a lovely way to get people together. Yes.
We are in your home! Yes, for you, the gift.
Roll a performance check. Do not ask me for advantage because you say that you're helping, because you are not.
I wasn't. I did not ask, dude.
18.
Sick.
He kind of smiles and nods along as you sing, and he takes a deep swig of a whiskey glass, and he hands a second one to Efrosinya. And enjoying the song a little bit, he kind of turns back to Mable and goes, aren't you going to enjoy the party?
I very much am. It's a lovely little party.
Then how about you ask me what you intend to ask me?
Oh, yes, I'm a little drunk. Why are we here, Efrosinya? We came here because you wanted to ask about marrying the cousin or something?
No, I was invited by the man who is twice, and he said you want to be part of family. You're very sickly, very beautiful. I get this a lot, and I said I can never have family again. It's against the rules because I have Begimo, but I would love to meet the host because would be rude otherwise. But Begimo said can't be alone, so had to bring Mable with me so as not to disobey. But would love to know a little bit about you as the host, like what's your name and your favorite food, your favorite song? Do you like cats or are you a monster villain?
That's a lot of questions. We'll start with cats. I do like cats.
Oh, very good, yeah.
See, I knew we would like you.
Next, I'll give you my name, Hyde.
Is it short for something?
Hyde.
Oh, okay. It's very, very fun and snappy.
Now, I answered 2 questions of yours. How about you answer 2 questions of mine?
Yes, that okay.
Likewise, your name?
We can hear the questions and then decide. A name I can do. Меня зовут Фрося. I call you Hyde, you can call me Frosia, but short for Efrosinya. But people call me Frosia.
A pleasure, Frozia. And he holds out a bony hand towards you to shake it.
Oh, it's very, very skinny, almost as skinny as mine. Shake it.
And you?
My name is Mable. They like to call me Squeaky sometimes because I'm a big fan of rats.
Okay. And my second question. Why do you want to know about the family?
Well, again, we were invited here, so thought it would be very rude to come to the house and not accept the invitation. I have to say, you're looking little pale, little thin. You probably need to be eating better. If I had to give some advice, you could probably,
You see, it's...
cut your hair a little shorter.
Yes, I could maybe help you feel a little bit better if you'd like a little spark, a little oomph back.
You see, the only issue is that we didn't invite anyone. Did you see any invitations on the way in? The people that know about the family know where to go There's no invitation.
Well, when I got to the door, they did say come in, and then the twin said come up. And to be frank, I actually have no idea where I am. I don't know what country we're in. I thought we were in one place, but everyone's speaking with different accent. I feel I might be lost.
And to be fully honest, we heard party, we heard beer. They said, I came in and they said there's some booze, no charge, so I started ringing.
Go ahead and roll a deception check, either one of you.
That's a mod 20.
Nice!
I have a +8.
He nods and kind of sits back in his chair and like taps a bony finger on the cane. Takes a deep sip of whiskey. Well, you're here now, talking to the owner of this establishment.
Oh.
What now?
I would love to just thank you for the hospitality. Would you like, you scratch my back, I scratch your back. Would you like some, actually, I don't have my, I left my favorite little poop in the carriage, but I could, if I go and I get my favorite little poop, I could go ahead and I could help you feel a little better. Would you like some greater restoration to help give some oomph back into those hands?
As a principal, I tried to avoid poop.
You wouldn't need the poop. The poop is what gives me my magic,
I'm not going to claim to understand you.
You don't need
You seem like a interesting soul. He turns back to Efrosinya.
God damn.
And you?
Frankly, at this point, I'm bored and I would like to leave.
Leave.
Well, yes, can't...
The party just started. You've got everything you need here. Drink, music, dance, people.
No, Biggie Mo's not here.
You said you can't have a family.
Da.
You can.
No, I said I cannot.
You can. Roll another wisdom saving throw.
21.
Fuck
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So similarly as before, at first you have like a sensation of like, yeah, maybe you could have a much larger family than you are used to. But then the thought of your cat breaks you out of that entrancement and you're like, oh, no, I've got all the family I need.
I think Efrosinya gets very angry at the thought that someone's trying to talk her out of her cat. And for a moment, she levitates and says,
I said I cannot have family.
So please stop pushing the subject. Thank you very much.
He nods and finishes his drink now. And he goes, well, can't blame a man for trying. Now, he starts to stand. If you please excuse me, I have to address my guests. And he like stretches out his back a little bit, and you can hear like different poppings of bones as he straightens out his spine. And as he starts to walk, he does have to like lean on his cane because of his leg, and he walks with a pretty hunched back, and he steps up onto the side of the balcony overlooking the dance floor, and he takes one more step and plummets to the first floor.
Oy!
He lands onto the wood with a heavy thud, and the music goes quiet. From your place up on the second floor, you two women can see that your compatriots are towards the bar, currently being like held onto by a pretty sturdy woman, as all of the attention in the entire room turns towards the man. The room is silent, save for his cane on wood. And as he makes his way through the crowd heading towards the stage, he starts to speak. We are gathered here today to celebrate the death of the dearly departed, of she who does not know yet of her death, she who has grown fat of the work of those who have less, our false Mother Britain, who takes the food from our hands before it can touch our lips, who has us build their houses and have us live in squalor, who has us build their ships only for us to die on them when we have to leave our homes. Our brothers and sisters in Ireland can still feel the pangs of hunger and the loss of empty chairs at the dinner table. They look to us for help, to set the example, and we will show them the way. He starts to point out to the crowd. You know me. I am of your blood. I have worked, sweat, and bled for what I have, and it is time to reap the rewards. You can hear a general murmuring of agreement as the crowd kind of shifts around. They seem to agree. You can see like nodding heads, but many are hesitant, unsure if now's the time to speak up. My industry sprawls across the city, but Whitechapel and the London Dock are mine. The factories run by our family. I aim to usurp our hateful queen using the fires of industry innovated by her own city. Tonight, our family will show our hold over our territory, driving all who would oppose us. But our family needs leaders for the night. So I ask you, who will join me? One night, and we will free ourselves from the boots of Britain, and all those that stand by me and our family will be rewarded. The crowd cheers at this point, raising fists and mugs to the man. Some hold their hands up like they're volunteering, and the man, seeing those, motions to the ones with raised arms. I thank you for your voluntary service, for our enemies are close at hand. Even now they break bread with us. Time to show them what we're made of. There's a shattering from the skylights above as several somethings fall. They jerk to a halt as they run out of rope, sending sprinkles of glass and red liquid over the crowd. You see the extermination team of the Vocator Mortus hanging over the hall like chandeliers. Even from this distance, you can see the white skin of a drained body from each hanging corpse. The crowd underneath screams at the intrusion, the mob descending in chaos, as it seems was intended. For you see, amongst the attendants of the hall, many of the party goers turning to those with upright hands and plunging fangs into their necks. People scream as they drop to the floor. They go down in spurts of blood. And you see others making mad dashes for the exit where they're blocked by the twins. The suited goons swinging blunt tools into the crowd with a supernatural velocity. You see a head disappear off a couple's shoulders. You see several more Vocator Mortus agents hidden within the crowd start to break off the feet of chairs trying to make stakes before being eviscerated by vampires, teeth and claws sinking into the body, scraping over their flesh. Over the screams of the dead and dying, you hear the smooth voice of the man over it all as he finally makes his way up onto the stage. Die if you will not join me, for tonight we are of the business of toppling an empire. You who have joined our ranks, I have a job for you. There are still prey who think themselves hunters. Vocator Mortus they are called. Find them, chase them, hunt them to extinction, for they must not survive the night. Show them no mercy and take pleasure in their deaths. Mable, from your spot on the second floor, looking over the balcony, you see as he looks at you, smiles widely amongst the carnage before he mouths the words, "Run, rabbits." As more and more people die around you, some of the dead start to rise again with a grace that they never had in life. The woman that is holding Lorenzo and Bernard, you see as she sees what's happening on the dance floor, and she turns back to you guys with a wild grin, canines sprouting, two pointed teeth, and she hisses at both of you guys. Several vampires now, new and old, blood dripping from their chins, spy different members across the room. Some up on the second floor where Mable and Efrosinya is, others who are being held by the bartender and start to frantically run at you. What are you guys doing?
Tanner is gonna kind of start freaking out. He's gonna go, no, 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 and he's gonna go into a rage. He's still being held by the bartender, correct?
Yeah, so she's kind of got like the scruffs of your collars in either hand.
Okay. I would like to attempt to grab her face and try and slam it into the bar top, the countertop.
Okay, so it's going to be opposing strength checks.
Okay. Oh, I got a nat 20.
A nat 20? So your blood boils at the sight of all this. And you grab her similarly by the like scruff of the neck, and you essentially like pick her up off the ground and slam her into the bar, splintering it in two. She has now released her grip on both of you, but from your place by the bar, you see many vampires sprinting towards you. You can see that there's the door that you came from. There's the stage that you can see now that the man who you assume now is Hyde. He just walked like behind the curtain past the stage, so you know that there's an exit there. There's the exit that you came in. You also happen to notice there's quite a bit of windows here.
Right, you have to get out of here. I cannot let this happen again. All right, you need to go.
My brother, there are too many of them. We both have to get out of here alive. We make for the window and we run and we pray to the Father that the ladies get out of here. And she's like, the vampire that just got her face smashed in, she's like down for the count, right?
No, you can actually see that she is starting to get up.
I'm gonna grab my flask of holy water and I'm going to like pour it onto her and then try to run to the door.
Okay. Yeah.
Out the window.
Yeah, because to answer your question about being messed up, you can see that like in the rubble, you can see that she has like a broken arm because you can see the bone piercing the skin, but you can already see that it's like sickeningly mending itself. And so you splash holy water onto her.
I think it's a 2d6 radiant damage.
Go ahead.
That's only going to be 3 radiant damage.
And so you can hear her start to scream as the holy water starts to sizzle at her skin where it hit, but she's still getting up, although you can see that the healing has like noticeably slowed. But even looking to the rest of like the open room, there are still vampires slaughtering crowds around you, but there are 8 to 10 that have taken notice of you and are sprinting, some on like all fours, in desperate like need to tear you apart.
Efrosinya is going to float into the air, and she's going to cast Danse Macabre. Threads of dark power leap from your fingers, pierce up to 5 small or medium corpses you can see within range. Each corpse immediately stands up and becomes undead. You decide whether it is a zombie or a skeleton. You can use a bonus action to mentally command the creatures you make with the spell, issuing the same command to all of them. It gains a bonus to its attack and damage rolls equal to your spellcasting ability modifier, which in my case is +4. And I'm going to look down at the 5 corpses I've animated and say, clear a path, help them out, so that the 5 corpses will go and hopefully start to make room for the 2 of them to get out.
First things first, since Levitate's your cantrip, I've been letting it slide, but since you don't have your spellcasting focus, in order to cast a spell, I need you to roll a d20 and get above a 10. And that's just kind of how we're handling casting spells without a focus.
Oh, I thought it was an 11, but it's 17.
17? Okay, so this spell does go off. And so, like you said, they rise and you say clear a path. And where are you trying to get them to clear a path to?
I just want them to hold off anyone that's, like, charging towards the 2 of them so they can clear a path to the window they're running towards.
Okay, so Bernard and Lorenzo, you two at the bar, you can see as several vampires are charging at you, where suddenly some of the dead starts to rise and grab at the legs or like hold them back. And you can see that Efrosinya is currently hovering over the dance floor, but still next to you, the bartender is rising and she is now standing upright. And you can see where like some of the splinters from the bar has like pierced through her cheek, and she pulls the splinter out and she smiles hungrily at you guys.
Tanner is going to look Lorenzo dead in the eyes, and he is going to say, I will not run. And he's going to reach for one of the splinters from the counter as well.
And so you start reaching for a wooden stake. Meanwhile, up on the second floor, some of the vampires on the first floor have taken notice that Efrosinya is up there and casting spells, perceivably to help the humans, which is strange. And so several vampires from within the crowd jump an entire floor to grab onto the edge of the balcony. And so Mable, you can see as several hands appear on the balcony, kind of like in front of you, and a head pops up with like different canines sticking out. What are you doing?
I want to cast Lightning Bolt, ignoring the vampires in front of me and towards the main guy.
Okay, and what does Lightning Bolt do?
A stroke of lightning forming 100-foot long, 5-foot wide line blasts out of you in a direction of that you choose. Each creature in the line makes a dexterity saving throw, taking 8d6 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful one.
And you're shooting it and just try to get as much vampires as you can.
Is the main guy gone?
Once he was up on stage after he told you to run, Rabbit, he disappeared behind the curtain.
Yeah, I'll just try to get as many then.
So they fail. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So I'm gonna cast it at 5th level, so it's 8d6 plus 1d6 for each spell slot above 3, so it's 10d6. 30 damage!
Okay. And so you deal 30 damage to a large amount of vampires, and so you can hear the screams of pain as the electricity fills their bodies. However, another symptom of lightning bolt, the lightning ignites flammable objects in the area that aren't being worn or carried. And there's a lot of liquor in this building. And so as you cast lightning bolt, you see as the blue lightning courses through the bodies of midi vampires from around the room. Likewise, at the same time, it sparks an ignition over a bunch of the spilled glass and the spilled liquor from around the room from all of the chaos. And the dance floor ignites into a massive bonfire, sending heat waves flooding the building. There's now less and less screams of pain now as more and more of the crowd is dying. And instead, the screams are being replaced by the crackling of a fire as it goes bigger and bigger. For the time being, at least, though, you can tell that the vampires, they all turn quickly towards the source of the fire. And you can all see their eyes are wide and they start to back away from the flames. But then they turn and look at the few remainders of survivors in the building, and there's not much more than the 4 of you now at this point. You all will now have one last action to get out. Otherwise, we are starting initiative.
Tanner's hunkering down.
Okay, I get the sense that Tanner is not going anywhere, right?
I won't even make you roll an insight check.
Yeah.
You can tell by his body and by the beady eyes from behind the mask that he is not moving.
Yeah, I'd like to say that he's starting to stance with the stake in hand, ready to defend himself.
I am going to grab my crucifix and I am going to go, Tanner, we are going to die. It is not time for us to meet our maker. Father, please help me make this dummy realize he needs to go. And I'm going to cast command on Tanner to flee and run out the window.
Okay, it's a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah, wisdom saving throw. You need to beat a 17.
Please fail.
I got a 6.
So you feel the spell kind of cloud your head, and so the only idea that you can think of is to flee.
No, as he's kind of turning around and walking towards the window. What did you do to me?
Perfetta. Okay, let's go. And Father Lorenzo's gonna run and try to dive through the window.
Yes, so you jump and dive through the window. Go ahead and roll acrobatics for me, just for funsies.
A 15.
So you fairly deftly, I imagine you pull your clothes kind of around your face and your exposed skin and burst through the window, causing glass to shatter everywhere, but you're still protected. And then Tanner's fairly close behind you, jumping through the same window. And so you two are now outside of the brewer's take, and you two, Squeaky, Mable, and Efrosinya, watch as your 2 compadres jump out of the window into the night.
How far am I from the window?
I mean, you're kind of hovering over the dance floor, and so I'd say straight shot would probably be 40 feet.
Great. Efrosinya will be thinking of nothing but getting back to Biggie Moore because he told her to return safely. So Efrosinya is going to try to cast Far Step, and she can teleport up to 60 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. So I'd like to try to teleport to the window.
I mean, you could probably see the ground outside of the window from your vantage point.
Yeah, I'll teleport out then.
All right, so the 2 of you, Tanner and Lorenzo, you two find yourselves in this really kind of close alley surrounded by glass, and all of a sudden, Efrosinya appears right next to you guys, and you see that you are all 3 together which means Squeaky Mable is still inside. What are you doing, Squeaky Mable?
I'm gonna go and I'm gonna run out the window like the Kool-Aid man.
Yes, so there is a window on the second floor,
We're all
but you
doing
are still on the second floor.
I'm
You
gonna do it like the
choose that
Kool-Aid
one.
man.
Roll a acrobatics check.
The Kool-Aid man, let me check.
Roll for Kool-Aid Man.
Roll for, oh yeah.
19!
Oh, let's
19?
go.
So I imagine like you like pick your rat up and like kind of tuck them into your clothes, and you start dead sprinting towards the second floor window, and you burst through the window, shattering glass everywhere. You like hit the wall of the alley on the far side, push off of it to like hit the wall of the brewer's take, and like use that momentum to like slow your descent down onto the ground of the alley, where you rejoin the rest of your group. And you guys see as Squeaky Mable, in a previously drunken state, shatter glass and like parkour her way down the alley walls.
Nice.
You guys are now all in the alley of the brewer's take, and you can hear the shrieking of vampires behind you through the empty glass, and you can already see as some of the like shadows are getting closer to the windowsill.
Tanner is gonna grab Lorenzo by the collar and like shake him. He's like, "What did you do to me? What was that for?"
You'll thank me later. We have to get out of here. We will kill them from the shadows. It's too many right now. And is the carriage in this alleyway, or is it a different alleyway?
So the carriage driver, I believe, told you that he was going to drive it down to the street a little bit and then put it in an alley across the street. And so it's kind of towards the front, across the street.
Let's go get my rats and make sure that the cats did not eat my rats. Let's go.
I swear, if I had my weapons, if I had them, this wouldn't have happened.
That's why we need to get them.
Look at that. They're all going to burn in there. Beggy Mo will be pleased to hear about this.
We don't have time to talk about your devil cat. And I'm gonna grab Efrosinya, and I'm gonna like start like trying to run to the direction of the carriage, but I'm gonna kind of go down the street, so we're like can like kind of try to lose them farther away, and then make our way to the carriage like around.
Pretty much as soon as you get to the street, you hear a wooden bursting as the doors open to the brewer's take, and you see one of the twins, you're not sure which one, burst out of the bar and look around the street, see you guys running across the street, and points to you, goes, "They're Vocator Mortus! Kill them!" And more vampires start pouring out the front, chasing you guys down, and they are fast.
I still want to get to the thing, and I still want to get my weapons. I think we should go.
You're still hauling ass towards the carriage?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so you run down the street a bit. You kind of like peek in alley as you pass, not the right one. You go to the next alley, you see your carriage. You see the double horse-drawn carriage, and you see the driver kind of sitting up by the reins.
Start the carriage! Go and we'll jump on! We have to get out of here!
You shout that as you're running, and he doesn't move.
Oh, fuck.
And at this point, I'd say that you guys reach like the back of the carriage and like the sides, and if you want, you can start collecting your stuff.
Yeah, Tanner's going immediately for his stuff.
Is there a horse to the carriage?
Yeah, the horses are still tied to the carriage. Yeah, are you going up there to like look them over?
I'm running up. Does he look dead?
Yeah, you run up to the driver and like you start to shake him and like start to ask him why he's not moving, and as soon as you start shaking him, his head lulls to the side and he starts leaning over towards you, and you have to step out of the way as his corpse falls off the side of the carriage, and you can see the thick bloody gash like almost severing his entire esophagus.
Lord bless his soul. There is no time. And Lorenzo jumps up and he's like, "Everyone get on!"
Oh, Beggy Mo! Beggy Mo! Are you okay in there?
Tanner's gonna jump on the back of the carriage with his weapons, ready to like swing at people while they go.
All right, so you take off.
Yeah, I slap the horses and on the ass, and we get going.
Yeah, because behind you, you can see that vampires are already reaching the alley. So you can see that they're getting closer as Lorenzo hits the reins. You hear the horses let out a like a squealing cry as they start to gallop. Go ahead and make an animal handling check to spur these horses on without like panicking them.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Could I double their speed, the horses, if I cast haste on one of them?
You can.
Yeah, can I do that? I'm gonna be like, Lord, please make this horse go fast. It is a race horse, the fastest race horse. I am getting the sense in the future it will be fast like a race horse named Seabiscuit. Let's go. And I cast haste.
And so you spur the horses on at the same time that you cast haste on one of them. And so they whinny, rearing up on their hind legs and start to gallop. But one, you can already tell is noticeably faster than the other. And so the horse on the left starts pulling the reins as the other one kind of gets left behind. And so the front of the reins starts to turn towards the side and it hits the alley wall on the right. And it breaks one of the harnesses on the horses. And so the horse on the right, the one that you didn't cast haste on, that harness is broken. And so as the horse that you did cast haste on continues, once you break the edge of the alley that you're in onto the streets, that horse starts galloping off into the distance. Thankfully, you cast haste on one of them, so that horse is a fast fucking horse. And so even despite being down one, you're still making good time as you make your way through the streets of Whitechapel. Different, citizens and nighttime city crawlers have to jump out of the way as you blow on past them. And who is outside of the carriage at this point? Tanner, Lorenzo, who's driving. Are you two inside the carriage, Mable and Efrosinya?
I would have run in and immediately see if my rats are okay. Is my rats and Begamot okay?
Yeah, I was looking for Begamot.
Efrosinya, your cat is a lot easier to find because, he's chilling on some of the cushions in the carriage.
I walk in, he says hello. I say, oh, hello.
Squeaky, Mable, you have to search the carriage a little bit for your rats. Both of you are kind of thrown off your balance as the carriage starts with a sudden burst of speed. But Mable, you are eventually able to find your rats after upturning a bunch of the cushions as they have hidden underneath them to try to avoid the cat.
Yes, I have an ungodly amount of rats too, so I'm looking for a while.
But you do both find your animals. And so you two are inside the carriage while the other two are on the outside. Those of you on the outside of the carriage, as you're speeding down the streets of Whitechapel, looking around, you can see figures on the rooftops, jumping over the alleyways, keeping time with your carriage. You see as behind you, where you have been, as some of the vampires are chasing you, some of the citizens of Whitechapel who had to dive out of the way of your carriage, they start to dust themselves off, pick themselves up before one of the vampires runs by and just offhandedly, very casually flicks their fingers across their throat, and you see those people drop. We are now in a chase. And so, Lorenzo, who is currently driving, you can kind of steer where you want to go, but you are being chased. And so you can choose to try to find a place to hide, lay low, or do you just try to outrun them? But I will say right now, in front of you, you are racing down the street, but there's going to be a hard right turn in front of you. It's either a right turn or a left turn, but the road in front of you going straight stops. There's just apartment buildings and housing units in front of you.
I think I'm gonna make a right turn.
Okay, and so make an animal handling check.
19.
19? Okay. You're able to, with the speedy ass horse that you have right now, you are able to pull on one side of the reins to pretty much Tokyo drift around this London corner. And so you make a little bit of distance away from the pursuers that are on foot, on the street level. But there are some still on the rooftops that are running after you guys. And you see as one of them actually makes their way in front of you onto the street, drops down from the buildings and the roofs there, and starts to approach a carriage pretty similar to your guys's. This one, however, is not hooked up to any horses. You see as this vampire picks up the carriage, spins around using momentum, and throws the entire carriage at you guys. I need all of you guys to make a dexterity saving throw as this carriage hurtles towards you.
For dexterity throw, whenever you or a friendly creature within 10 feet must make a saving throw, that creature gains a bonus equal to your charisma modifier, and mine is +5.
All right, so all of you guys get +5.
8.
I got a 17.
I got a 17 too.
Lorenzo, natural 20.
Nice.
All right, So Lorenzo, since you see it coming, you're able to easily duck out of the way as the carriage hurtles towards you. Tanner, you can also kind of like see it coming, and so you like crouch down like behind the carriage and like use it for cover. Mable, you somehow get like a sixth sense that something's coming.
My rats
and
are
so
watching.
You just drop. But because you drop, you have a clear view of the roof of the carriage disappearing as it shatters into splinters as the carriage that was thrown at you just completely like severs the top half of the carriage, leaving you guys into a nice, pretty like convertible-esque carriage. But you also have a nice view as the shards of wood and splinters embed itself into Efrosinya. And so Efrosinya, you take 16 points of damage from the splinters and the shards.
Oh, this poor wee girlie.
I thought that Efrosina was going
But-
to get decapitated.
I know. I was like, oh my god.
Because you are so sickly and withered, you don't have a whole lot of weight to you, so you go flying from this impact. And so she goes over you, Mable. But because, Bernard, you're a barbarian with danger sense, you get the sense of Efrosinya flying over you. And so I'll give you a reaction to try to grab her and keep her on the carriage.
Yeah, okay. What do I have to roll for that?
Be a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw. 14.
14? Okay, that's enough. And so you barely just like grab Efrosinya's wrist, and with a 14, you don't like bring her back into the carriage, but you guys are going fast enough that she's kind of like a kite in the wind.
You've got me by one hand, and I've got Big Emo in the other.
And so you guys are still being chased now at this point in your little carriage convertible. There are less vampires that you can see visibly chasing you now. At this point, you can probably see like 3. But one of them jumps off the roof onto the carriage, kind of in between the broken parts of where Lorenzo is sitting driving the carriage and where Mable is kind of like huddled underneath the wreckage of the roof. And so he's going to try to like grab onto Lorenzo. And so Lorenzo, if you want to fight him off, you will have disadvantage. Otherwise, Mable, you can try to stop it.
Yeah, I'll send a rat to go bite his eyes. Look, I'm coming as well, but I'm gonna get my rat to him, throw my rat to him.
Roll animal handling and get high.
4, so 15?
So you throw a rat at this vampire as it starts to like grab onto Lorenzo, and with a kind of skin-on-skin slap, that the rat just kind of like bounces off their cheek and onto the floor of the carriage, and the vampire just turns over their shoulder and looks at you. And so you've successfully distracted, but there's still a vampire on the carriage.
Now that I have my weapon, can I hit it with it?
You just want to bonk it? Yeah, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
just want to bonk him. I just want to
With
hit
the
him really
intention of like
hard.
pushing them off or just dealing damage?
Hitting him off.
Okay, roll a strength check then, and it'll be opposed.
I got a 5.
Jeez Louise.
This not the best.
You still succeeded because I rolled a 2. And the modifiers don't make up for it. So
I'll fucking bonk him with my stick that's got a cage on the top.
you take your rat cage stick and just fucking bonk. And while it may not necessarily like kill the vampire, it takes the brunt of the force right across the chin, and it loses its balance and falls off of the carriage. The 2 vampires that were left chasing you, you guys can see as they reach the end of one of the rooftops, and there's no other roofs to jump to. You guys have now made it to like the London docks, where it's a lot more open, and so they stop and watch you for a moment as you continue to drive the carriage. They don't seem to be actively pursuing you anymore. So what do you do?
Oh, get the little lady back on the carriage. Come here.
Yeah, Tanner's gonna pull Efrosina back into the carriage.
Back with Begemo, going for a ride.
This is not the time to be singing about your devil cat. Where should we go? What should... Okay. Are we near one of the safe houses? I'm so flustered.
You would know that the next safe house, because the caretaker's safe house always moves each time you use it, The last time you were at the safe house of the caretaker, he told you where the next one would be, and it is near the London docks, anticipating that you might need one after the hopeful assassination of Hyde. But you know that it's not too far from where you are right now.
Okay, the safe house is not too far away, but I don't think we should bring this carriage.
Safe house.
No, it's
The safe house.
Okay. Wow, beautiful song, beautiful song. The thing is, we could go see Leland, and then, the door disappears after we go into the safe house. As you know, it's a thing that we all know. You go to the safe house, and the safe house door disappears behind us, correct?
It would technically still be there until you left.
Well, if we don't want them to follow us, we can just close their eyes.
That is a very nice thought.
Yeah.
Thank you, Efrosina. We will consider that option.
No,
so
but-
I am now going to drive this carriage very erratically, so they don't know where
If we
are.
don't want them
Then
to
we don't
follow us, we can just close their eyes. And Efrosinya is going to cast darkness on the carriage so that it blends in with the shadows of the sort of like buildings in the streets.
And after she does that, Fratello Lorenzo is just gonna get really sheepish and be whimpering because he's like, this is clearly magic of the devil, and he's just like, oh, nel nome del Padre del Santo, and just is driving as fast as he can to get to the safe house.
Efrosinya is in the back of the carriage, so I would like to make the object that the darkness emanates from big more. So it covers the back of the carriage so they can see it from the front. But the average carriage size is 8 feet to 15 feet, so it would not reach all the way to the front and blind the driver, because it's 15-foot radius. So it would block the back, but it would not obscure the darkness.
Usually, if you were back in Whitechapel where you were, I would say that the streets were lit because there are gas lanterns. But since you are closer to the London docks, there's going to be a lot less light. And so this does work. And so you blend into the shadows as you make your way down the muddy, dirty streets of London. And it isn't long before you reach a tenement building where you know that Leland, the caretaker, has put a door to the safe house. And as you rein in the horses, or the horse now, you all collectively take a deep breath and a sigh and reflect upon the night that you've had so far and how much is still left ahead of you. And the only thing that you can think of is, it's gonna be a long night.
Thank you for listening to The Hunt. We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, consider checking out our website at riversofconfluence.com and our socials at Rivers of Confluence on Instagram and TikTok. Our editing and sound design is done by our very own Max Volpert. We are currently running a Kickstarter for Season 2. If you like our content, consider donating. Donate and receive rewards for contributing to our podcast. To hear more of our exclusive content, check out our Patreon for one-shots, miniseries, and more.
Next time on The Hunt.
I think we are in the place. Is everyone okay?
I think we're the only ones that got out.
Did you forget that we are the hunters? And you pulled me out of there. I was ready to do my job.
Run! Monsters! Everyone, look out! And the door swings open as a figure collapses onto the floor inside the safe house.
Everybody is dead.
And you better watch your fucking back.
I don't want to die, please.
You think you are the only person in the world fighting this fight? We are all fighting this fight.
We're in this to the end now, aren't we? Right, it's gotta be warped though in those pecs.
What did you just say? It's gotta
What
be
did you
warm.
just say?
It's gonna be warped in those pecs.
In it.
In it. That the good old pet warp.
So confused.
I've got no idea what you're saying.